Hello, once again. This is Jeanette, and welcome back to Living with Purpose. I am so glad that you are here. Today, we are talking about something most of us know all too well. And I've entitled today's episode, When the Hard Thing is Not the Only Thing. Because suffering is so rarely neat, isn't it? It's almost never one problem at a time. It's the hard thing, and then another thing lands on top of it, and then another. Until you are left thinking, God, surely this is enough. Maybe it was grief and then illness followed, or financial strain and then a relationship began to unravel, or emotional exhaustion and then one more demand showed up at your door. There comes a moment when you are no longer asking for answers. You are just asking for relief. Psalm 46 doesn't ignore that moment. It doesn't rush past it or try to make it sound spiritual. Instead, it meets us right there. Listen to how honestly it speaks. God is our refuge and strength, a helper who is always found in times of trouble. Therefore, we will not be afraid, though the earth trembles and the mountains topple into the depths of the seas, though its waters roars and the foam and the mountains quake with its turmoil. The psalm names the pileup we feel. Though the earth trembles, as if that alone wouldn't be devastating enough. It goes on to say, though the mountains topple into the heart of the sea, as if collapse upon collapse is normal. And then, though the waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with its turmoil. The psalmist puts words to the question we so often afraid to say out loud. Why does it keep piling up? Why does it keep coming again and again with no relief and no end in sight? Today, I want to talk to you about that moment when you are already carrying something heavy and more gets added, and all you can manage is whisper, God, did you not see that I was already breaking? Psalm 46 gives us an answer, not a neat, cozy one, but a true one. And it starts here. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not be afraid. Now, when you slow down and really listen to the psalm, you'll notice it offers 4 anchors for the soul. Truths we can hold on to and applications we can live out even when everything around us feels unsteady. So anchor number 1 is Psalm 46 normalizes collapse. It doesn't deny it. This psalm doesn't say if things fall apart. It says though they do. Earth giving way, mountains collapsing, waters roaring. These are images of total instability, the kind of seasons where nothing feels solid. Faith doesn't mean life stays steady. Faith means God stays steady when life doesn't. So stop shaming yourself for feeling overwhelmed. Scripture doesn't minimize collapse, it gives language to it. Anchor number 2 is the pileup exposes the limits of human strength. Now, there's a point in suffering where strategy stops working. Positive thinking runs out. Explanations don't help. And all that's left is weakness. The Apostle Paul understood this deeply. In 2 Corinthians, he lists beatings, shipwrecks, hunger, and danger. And then he says something startling. We were under great pressure, far beyond our ability to endure, so that we despaired for life itself. And then he explains why. This happened that we might not rely on ourselves, but on God who raises the dead. Now, the pileup isn't punishment, it's exposure. It reveals what was never meant to carry the weight in the first place. So ask yourself, what am I still trying to hold together in my own strength that God is asking me to release? Anchor number 3, God is not outside the chaos. He is in the midst. Later in Psalm 46 we read, God is in the midst of her, she shall not be moved. Not around the chaos, not after the chaos, in the midst of the chaos. Now, this is the heart of the promise. God doesn't always remove the shaking immediately, but He plants Himself inside it with you. Stability doesn't come from the absence of trouble. It comes from the presence of God within it. So instead of asking God, why is this happening? Try asking, God, where are you meeting me in this? And anchor number 4, when you reach the bottom, refuge becomes real. I love this because faith is tested to the core here. Refuge isn't theory when life is calm. Refuge becomes real when you have nowhere else to go. Psalm 46 doesn't promise explanation. It promises presence, an ever-present help in trouble. Not a distant help, not a delayed help, an ever-present one. Sometimes God allows us to reach the bottom so we finally discover what has been holding us together all along. So today, name one place where you need God to be your refuge, not your solution, but your shelter. So if you're listening to this and thinking, God, I was already carrying the hard thing, why the extra weight? You are not faithless. You are human. Psalm 46 reminds us that when everything familiar begins to collapse, God does not step back. He steps closer. The earth may give way. The mountains may fall into the sea. The waters may roar and foam. Yet Psalm 46 opens with this unshakable truth. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in times of trouble. Before the writer ever described the shaking, the turmoil, or the chaos, he gives us the way of escape, the game plan. Make God your solace, your hiding place, your refuge, and your strength. This awareness does not deny the fierceness of the storm. It insulates you from the harshness of it. And sometimes the greatest miracle is not that the storm stops, but that you discover you are not alone inside it. And if you are at the bottom today, may you find that God is already there, steady, present, and strong enough to hold you when you cannot hold yourself. Because the same God who is your refuge before the shaking will still be your strength after it, and nothing that collapses around you can remove the one who stands with you within it. This is Jeanette, and as always, thank you for listening in to Living with Purpose. Until next time, take care and God bless.